Last few days, but technology's getting real weird.
I don't know either.
Tech issues.
We are live, aren't we?
We are now. Hopefully, it's working.
It looks like it is
Good
on my
morning.
side. Do we
Hello,
have people?
everybody. How's it going? Nice to have y'all with us today. How is everyone? Did you guys sleep good? I was gonna use my Siddhartha mug, but it's too small for the cup of coffee I needed today. I needed
I'm
the big
sure. I'm sure he'll forgive you for that.
mug. Needed the big guns this morning. Energies the last couple days have been a bit much. In fact, real
I
quick, I'm gonna check the Schumann.
I have a question for you about your session with him, and you don't have to answer it if you don't want to. But
I'm an
if
open
you
book.
can,
You know that.
if you can explain your experience, not necessarily the info you got, but the experience that you had when you got to see us in person, or the few times you've seen us in person. Well,
Well, to be honest, I there's so much that he tells you that you kind of sit there like a deer in headlights for some of it.
well,
There's
I
just
hope
so
you
much that
record.
I pulled, and there were several times in my life where conversations with him led to a catalyst of other things happening.
Yeah, he does that.
He opens doors, doesn't he?
He does. And you know, one sentence from him could mean a whole lot of things, right?
Yeah, I know. That's why you got to process it.
Yeah, exactly. And then even when you think you got it, you might come back 6 months later and go, "Wait a minute, that's not what he meant. I think he meant
That's why I
this."
like to re-listen to conversations. Some of my conversations with mediums that I've had over the last 2, 3 years, I've been gone back and listened to them again. And wow, what a profound
Yeah.
change that you feel like a completely different person than the one you were in that conversation last time.
Well, you are. I mean, and another funny thing that happens with him is he will give you what I would call timed released information. So it is valuable now. It's valuable like a
It
week
might not
from
make
now,
sense right away, but give it
or
a couple months.
yeah, well, and then like 10 years later, I've had people call me, believe it or not, I've had people call me up 10 years. I barely remember them. I'm not going to lie. I see a lot of people. So sometimes I forget people. He never forgets anybody, but I do. And they'll say, "You remember that thing you said 10 years ago?" And I'm like, "No, I don't remember what I had for breakfast. What did I say 10 years
Well,
ago?"
especially when you're channeling, you don't remember anything 5 minutes after you finish channeling. It didn't come
No,
through you. You're the
no.
phone.
And even when you're talking to me in a what appears to be a normal state, I'm already altered when I sit in this chair. Like I have certain rituals that I do, and I'm already altered by the time I'm sitting here. So like even when we're doing this, I'm not quite as altered as I would be when, say, we're having a regular session. But I won't remember that either. I might remember images sometimes because my life has been devoted to images. So I might remember an image, but I might not remember the context of the image, if that makes sense.
Well, with my downloads, it's the opposite.
Do you
Because I
remember the
don't just
words?
download a memory, I download everything that goes with the memory.
Oh my gosh.
I download the feelings, the emotions,
Smells?
the smells, yep, the touch. I can remember how something felt when it was on me.
Yep.
I can remember
Yep.
all, I mean, it's downloading more than just a video recording in your mind.
Right. And you're feeling it. You're
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
That
And it can be
that's what.
quite jarring for that reason. It's even more intense
Do
when you're
you recognize yourself as you look right now, or do you look a different way? Because when I'm having a past life memory, I know it's me, but I don't look like me.
no,
I
absolutely. That's it.
I look like somebody else,
Yeah. I see
and
myself as somebody else, but I know it's me.
yeah, it's very weird, isn't it?
It is. It's very weird. It's like watching.
And
It's like you know what it reminds me of. It's like being a. I've heard a Hollywood actor. I forget who it was, but it's one of those people that's been in like 100 movies. It's probably Johnny Depp or something. That was like, I don't watch my old movies. I don't even remember making most of the old ones. Like I don't. It was like a whole other lifetime ago.
right,
And for us, we remember sometimes the whole movie verbatim. We recite the lines
yeah,
because we've seen it so many times. He
yeah,
recorded it once, never watched the movie. He doesn't even remember the lines he gave in the movie.
I've heard Kiefer Sutherland say that as
I
well.
remember who it was. I knew it was a famous one, but yeah, that really surprised me. I was like, he must be channeling while he's working.
Now, to me, Johnny Depp is a very interesting character, and I heard him say something one day. One of these nighttime hosts asked him this question about, do you know what about Al Pacino? I know you worked with Al Pacino. What was that like? And he said, he was very unusual that every day he'd tell him the same exact joke. And this was a joke. It sounds like a Siddhartha joke. No kidding. He said a skeleton walked into a bar with a mop and said, "Give me a drink." Get it? With a mop.
Oh, yeah.
Because he's a skeleton. I had to hear that about four times before I went, oh, yeah, that's
I
what he's
told you I
talking
needed
about.
the big coffee this morning.
Oh my gosh, it's so funny.
Jenny had a question. How long have you experienced downloads in that way? Did it progress, or was it always like, no, no, no? It's been progressing. That's a new thing.
Everything gets
Last 2 years.
bigger the older you get. People used to say to me, "Oh, I only remember what happened to me when I was young. Nothing happens to me now." That is just not true. If nothing happens to you now, it's because you don't want it to. But if you are on this path, you will progress. Like I know more now at this age that I am than I did when I was 20 something. It
Right about the time
changes.
we figure everything out, we got to restart it all again.
Yeah, oh, you can't figure things out. That's impossible, And I don't know if you meet people like this, but periodically I meet people and I think, what's up with that person? How come they seem familiar to me? How come, they and then they will trigger one of those, oh, I remember you from another time and place. Now
I
with
literally had this
Siddhartha,
happen yesterday. I had a one-on-one with a client, and within
uh-huh.
30 seconds of sitting down, I was like, "You look so familiar to me."
Yep,
And I was
that's
like, "I
it.
wonder if we met somewhere." And we were comparing notes and like getting to know each other a little bit. And she explained a little bit about her history and everything. And I was like, "No, we haven't met in person. So how do I feel like I know you so much?" And then it turns out she's taken.
That is so funny. Are
She's
you
taken like
recording?
me. And then when we figured that out, we were like, that's when we know each other. It's from a past life somewhere,
That always happens. It's the
without a doubt.
people,
Yeah.
it's the people that trigger me. It's not necessary. Sometimes places will do that. But I'll tell you one thing,
Places, people, and events.
Siddhartha is really good at finding people he knew when he was alive.
I
He
remember,
will
yes.
call those people in from all places, every corner of the earth, and it's like, how in the world did you find that one person? But he knows them, and he tells them, he shows them in their minds what happened with him and with them.
Yes, I remember I had two lifetimes in India. One was a scrappy young orphan. That was when I knew Siddhartha. He saved me from a really bad situation where I was in a bad place around bad people, and he took me out of it. And
I,
I joined the congregation, basically the conga line of people that followed him everywhere he went. I never
yeah,
lost my spiciness, he said. I was always spicy in that lifetime.
it's so funny. One of my students just got back from India, and she took me on the trip with her. She was sending me pictures all the time where she went, things she saw, and she went to the caves of Ellora. And because I have an art background, I knew about the caves of Ellora, and I said, "Don't miss those, because if I had my way, that's where I'd go. I'd go to the caves, those caves at Ellora." The caves are all carved. They have what they call the fear of the empty space. So in Indian art, everything's got a something. Like there's no blank spaces. And they're huge. It's like life-size elephants. And so anyway, she goes into this one cave, and there is a statue of Siddhartha. And she just cried and cried. And I saw the picture of it, and I cried too. Like I felt like I was there in that second, in that moment of whenever that happened, whenever that experience might have happened. But it was familiar. Just seeing the picture set her off being in there, and it set me off. And I said, "Hey, this one picture," and she said, "Me too." That's what happened to me when I was in there. So it's really quite strange how certain things. I don't know about you, but I never felt like I belonged here in America. I never felt like this was home.
You are just knocking all the balls out the park today, Angelica. Because this is another conversation I had. I had a minor little meltdown yesterday over some authorities problems. I have a problem with authority.
Me
Um,
too.
And whenever there's an authority figure trying to tell me what to do, it triggers me to the extreme. And yesterday I had a local issue with something, and authority trying to tell me what to do, and I had a little bit of a I'm getting out of here kind of vibe. Like, I can't wait to get out of here again. I spent 15 years abroad, and for the most part, anytime I had any trouble, I wouldn't even say trouble. Anytime I got fed up with being in a place, I just went to a new place. And I got to see so many wonderful places and meet beautiful people, and I could kind of feel when it was time to move on to the next place. I've always been a wanderer. So being here, having to put down roots for the sake of Aiden going to school is probably the most, I feel like a caged animal. So,
I was thinking that too.
Once in a while, to make me feel better.
I own a house. I actually didn't buy the house for the house. I bought the house for the tree in the backyard, which is so big you can't get your arms around it. It bothers my neighbors, which gives me a little bit of joy too, I must admit. When the tree doesn't like the neighbors, so it's always throwing things at them, and they're not very fond of that experience. So I had to go tell it, stop doing that. Stop throwing branches at the neighbors. You're getting me in trouble. Come on, don't do it. So he did. He stopped doing that. I'm happy to say.
Where we're supposed to be, though, aren't we? We're not.
Yeah.
The universe has a plan, and we have to stick to the plan. That was the plan we made before we came in here. And sometimes the plan is not what we want, but it's what's best for us. And right now, putting down roots is what's best for me, even though it's not something I like doing.
Well, it's good for your child, and you have to put him first because he has no other options but that. And he's a good little thing.
Backpacking with a 3-year-old, it was not happening.
Yeah.
It's not. Nope, I tried. Nope.
Well, did you remember, and this is not my question, just so you know, it's his question. So his question to you is, do you remember in your travels one specific event that changed you?
Oh, countless.
Now he says there's one. He says there's one, just one that really made you look at the world in a different light. He doesn't say if it was positive or negative. He just says there's one.
The one that got me started in my journey in the first place. That was the biggest one.
Well, you want to tell him
why I don't feel safe here in the U.S. in the first place.
You want to tell us about it, or do you want to keep it a secret?
These guys know a little bit about it. I had my house bugged.
Oh my God.
I was a whistleblower for 9/11 stuff. And I caught 2 men coming out of my house dressed like the water company. And I got mad, calling the water company, going, what the hell? How are you sending people to my house with nobody there? I thought my roommate was home, but they weren't. And I was like, whoa, this is crazy. And I called the water company, and they talked to me like I was completely insane. They were not sending people to my house. It was not the water company in my house. So I ended up leaving. That's just why I spent 15 years abroad. But you know what's crazy? That day, how I caught them, I wasn't supposed to catch them. I was at work, and I was a chef at a local country club, and I had the worst headache. It felt like something was squeezing my head, like pushing my head together like it was in a vice. And I told them I could barely see. The migraine was so bad. I was trying to continue working even with the headache. I was popping aspirin, didn't do anything. And so my boss was like, just go home. If you can't see, you can't work. And I was like, all right. And then as I pull in my driveway, I caught 2 men coming out of my house. And it's a long story, but how I found the bugs and all that. One was in my bathroom.
Oh, that's gross.
Out of all the places to find a bug, that was the least place I wanted to find one. It wasn't even me that found it. I had a friend that knew somebody who sent somebody who found it for me.
I think the migraine was not accidental.
I think
it was their way of getting you to go home at that moment.
Well, I sold everything I had. This was nearly 20 years ago. It was about 16 years ago. I sold everything I had, bought a backpack, and left. And it took me a long time to be able to feel comfortable enough to come back here. And to be honest, I'm still traumatized. As I mentioned, I have a problem with authority. And if anybody messes with me, my immediate reaction is fight instead of flight. I will put my dukes up immediately.
So you're the one on the videos, the police videos I watch, that's always giving the cop the hard time.
I did. In fact, you should have seen me one time. I got in trouble in Zimbabwe. It's a long
Oh
story.
no, not there.
But I got in trouble with the cops in Zimbabwe for a little something I probably shouldn't have had on me. And
Whoops.
long story short, they had a whole spiel that they were doing. They wanted to intimidate me and to try to get more money out of me. It was a bribe, you know. So they were trying to get money out of me. So they thought they could scare me, and they did not scare me. I scared them. If somebody with authority comes at me, I'm a bull in a china shop.
That's funny.
This is what I mean though. This is what I'm working on.
he's telling me it's not that experience. It happened to you
I
when
told
you
you
were.
there's too many.
Well, this happened to you while you were, I believe, probably in England or Scotland, because that's what the architecture looks like to me. Something that happened to you there. And it looks like a chapel, a church, a cathedral, something like that.
Okay. It could have been Scotland, Roslin Chapel. There was an event in Roslin Chapel. I got some major downloads there. Yes, that could be it.
That's probably what he's talking about.
I did wonder if I had a past life in that area around Roslin.
He says yes.
Yeah, I'm not surprised to hear that because, like I said, I've had so many in Scotland, so many past lives in Scotland.
I don't know why you're talking to me. You should be talking to him.
To be honest,
I don't like to be in the middle.
Conversation today. We were going to talk about other stuff, and we just kind of went off on a different tangent there. Don't ask me to bring up stories because I got 1,000 of them.
Well, he likes your stories. I think he likes your stories, and I think he likes to remind you of things. I think that's what he does that with you. He doesn't do it with anybody else that I know of. So if anybody's had a session with him and he's reminding you of things, let me know. I'd like to know that.
He reminded me of things before that I didn't even remember myself until he brought it up, and I was like, oh.
Should we ask what it was?
I blocked that out, I guess. I don't know.
Did you remember what it was? What he was talking about?
No, like I said, there's so many events. I've spent so many years in Scotland. It's probably Scotland and South Africa are tied for my favorite countries in the whole world. So it's, I probably eventually spend half the year in both. So I don't know. There's so many things that have happened to me in Scotland.
I do.
Thanks for bringing it up though, because the Roslin thing could have been it. Yeah, because there's a lot of profound experiences I've had around Roslin and Roslin Glen as well. There's a lot of fairies around Roslin. For those of you who have been around Scotland, there's a lot of fae, but if you go to certain areas, they're just everywhere. And Roslin is one of those places where, especially in the glen behind it, there's thousands of them.
Well, it makes sense to me they would be there. I mean,
yeah.
That's not a normal.
Originally it was a sacred place originally. That's why they built their churches on it. They always do that. If it's a sacred place, they say, well, this is mine. It's like they're putting their flag and claiming it for themselves, Yeah. Usually because a ley line or an energy center is there. And this is why people believed in fairies in the first place, is because the closer you got to certain nodes and certain ley lines, the more you could see the fae. The more you would have spiritual experiences. So that's why we have sacred places. And we kind of tend to ruin them over time, don't we?
Absolutely, every time you turn around. I live in a valley that used to be mostly farmland, and now it's mostly everything but that. So it's very disturbing to me,
Yeah,
it's very disturbing. I mean, you keep tearing the land up. You can't replace land. You can't replace it. You almost can't restore it. So if you're plowing up everything, like that parking lot song. Remember the parking lot song?
That's true as well, but keep in mind that the Earth, Gaia is constantly shifting and changing and moving things around and,
I think she's kind of
reinventing landscapes and terraforming and all the things that she does. So I feel that, we obviously do a lot of damage that we should not be doing. But I think that Gaia is kind of taking her power back at the same time.
Well, I was going to say she seems a little PO'd to me.
I don't know who said it originally. Somebody said something about her shaking us off like a bad case of fleas.
Oh,
If she
I
really
don't
wanted to,
know.
she could. I
I've
don't think
never
we're gonna
heard
get
that,
to
but
that
that's kind of funny.
point. Well,
So,
we got to understand that we have to take care of our home. And so many of these
yeah.
billionaires talk about moving to other planets when they could be fixing this one. But they're seem to
Well,
be more interested in destroying it than anything else. And then
yeah.
we learn more about who they are, and then it makes sense.
Now, see, if they would watch that movie, The Martian, they would know it is not easy to live on another planet, and they would change their minds. You ever seen that movie, The Martian, where the guy gets stuck on Mars when he should be on a ship
Yes.
leaving?
Yes.
And he has to do all this weird stuff to survive till they can come get him. That's
Alicia
funny.
says, "How do you not step on them?" Fairies wondered that at the base of a very big tree recently. Well, they're out of phase with us. We talk about vibrational frequency all the time. If let's say
That's
that your
true.
frequency is here, beastie frequencies are slightly lower depending on where your vibration is. Sometimes you lower it to the beastie level, but generally, I'd say it's about in the middle, right? So fairies are not even higher or lower in dimension. I was told that they're actually like sideways.
That's interesting.
Yeah, the guys, I said, well, they're higher frequency. And they said, well, it depends on the elemental. You have high vibrational elementals, you have low vibrational
That's
elementals.
right. That's true
And I
too.
was like, well, I know this because we clear the naughty ones and the dark ones, and the mischievous ones. We remove them, and we don't send the mischievous ones to source. We just relocate them because they're just doing what they do. That's what
That's it. Yeah.
exactly. And they may not
It's
want
like
to
a
be around
shark.
because they might cause problems. So we relocate them, but
But
they're
it's like
still. Sorry, go ahead.
it's like a shark, right? They just do what they do, right?
Yes, exactly.
They're not out to just eat everything and everyone. That's they're just being themselves. That's it.
Yep. So one of the things that we often discuss with these alternate frequencies, these alternate realities, is how you start to perceive those things. And there was a time where one of my clients about a week ago asked, if they saw a fairy once and they wanted to know in their full detailed report, they were asking, did I really see what I saw? So I
Oh,
asked their soul guides. We just said, well, because the soul guides were there, they saw everything too. So we're like, all right, what did you guys see, basically? And they said, oh, yeah, he definitely saw it. And I was like, okay, cool. Well, how did he see it then? Because that was this other question. Like, okay, did I see it? And if so, how? Like, how did that happen? And they said it's being in the right place at the right time in the right frequency.
yep,
And
that
not
makes
only
sense.
that, but you have to believe. If you don't believe in these things, if you think it's bullshit, you're not going to see it.
Exactly true. That's true. You've got to know that it exists in order to see it.
Yeah. So he was in the
Yeah.
right place, the right time, the right vibration, and he is a believer. He's a spiritually awakened person. So his guide said that's why he saw it.
Do you ever see gnomes?
They were around in France quite a lot. We see them a lot in the older places.
It's funny in
The brownies
uh
too. Remember the brownies as well? They're
yeah,
slightly different.
I had a young couple one time. I was at a bookstore doing sessions with people, and this very odd young couple came in, and he looked like he just stepped out of the military. He had the crew cut and the khakis and all that stuff, and then she was just bouncing all over the place. And I was like, let's work on her first, get her over with, because she's so hyper. It'll be better. This fairy showed up and she said, no, we want to talk to him. I'm like, no way. Look at him. He's not going to understand you. I was so shocked that she wanted to talk to him and not to the girl. And finally I said, okay, because I don't like to talk to fairies. But I said, okay. I said to him, so what's up with the fairies? She almost went ballistic. She almost jumped out of her chair and flew because she's like, he sees them every day at lunchtime under a tree. And like this guy that I would have never pegged for a fairy guy was a fairy guy. And then in popped these little brownies. And I said, well, the brownies are upset and they live in this bin. And I told him what it looked like. He said, yeah, I go there all the time. I said, well, you're not talking to them, and they would like you to talk to them because they think you're giving the fairies more attention than you're giving them, and they don't like it. And he was like, okay, I'll look for them when I go out there the next time. And He is the last person on the planet I would have thought could see fairies. The last one. Because
Yeah.
he did not look like a guy that would see fairies. He was
Well,
very,
children see them. Why? Because children have a higher frequency and they believe.
yeah.
That's why
I
children
was
see them more.
I was so shocked at that. And come to find out, he actually had English and Irish roots. And so that had kind of followed his genes here, you know.
Well,
So
they
they,
do. They follow. They actually got on ships. I
yeah,
actually had
yeah.
one time because I found a very angry leprechaun in Australia. He was underneath somebody's like sink trying to hide, and I was like, "What are you doing here?" Basically, actually, it was Zach that said it. One of my guys is like, "Hey, what are you doing here?" And he was like, "He got on the wrong boat, basically. He got on the wrong ship and got stuck." He did not. He was not happy about being in Australia. I was like, "That's why we were laughing. Like, you really got on the wrong ship, didn't you? Shouldn't have
That's
come
so
this way."
funny. That is so
There's a
funny.
lot bigger beasties than you here in Australia.
I haven't seen a leprechaun yet, but I have seen a gnome, and I have seen a number of fairies and little brown. I have seen some little brownies, but I see what people talk to basically. So if you go and you talk to Blessed Mother, okay, she shows up. If you go and you talk to even Death, he shows up. If you go and you talk to anybody, a gnome, a fairy, if you stay outside in your garden all the time, they're going to try to talk to you because you're out in your garden all the time. So that's what I see is whoever you talk to, you know, whether it's a Hindu god or goddess or, you know, some
They
Christian
all
somebody or an archangel.
You gotta be careful who you name drop.
Oh, really? Okay, sorry, people. And you know what Siddhartha says when I call?
Everybody for this reason. Good do. Like Archangel Michael, if I'm talking about him but I don't want to call him, I call him Magic Mike.
Well, they don't mind. They don't mind if I talk about them. They don't, and they only show up if they're
You know, when
needed.
I refer to Jesus, that I'm not talking about the real Jesus because I always call the real Jesus Yeshua. So whenever I'm talking about Jesus, that's I'm talking about the greeters that are pretending to be Jesus.
Did I tell you that Jesus is the only one that comes in my back door through the kitchen?
Yes, you
Did I?
did mention
Did
that
I tell you
before.
that? And I always yell at him. I say, "There's snacks in the refrigerator if you want them." And he always says, "No, thank you," very politely. But it's just cute. I think it's a symbol of humility. He always comes through the kitchen, which is funny. So, hey, there's some snacks in there if you want them.
They said, "What did you do with the leprechaun? We relocated him. We put him
where, where,
where he's happier." Same
where
thing we
did you
did with
put
the
him?
chupacabras we found in Mexico. We moved the chupacabras back where they were supposed to go as well. Most of the elementals don't get sent to source unless they're those freaky little gremlin types. And even
Well,
those, sometimes they don't. Like they get just flicked off. Sometimes they like just get sent somewhere else.
I think most of these elementals are Earth-related things, so you know it's good not to send them somewhere else. They like to be here on Earth, so they're on Earth.
I mean, this is their home too.
Yeah, people are laughing at us right now. They're like, there are crazy women talking about fairies and brownies and Jesus
The
coming
thing
through the
is,
back
right,
door.
is that I never say never about anything because when I do, the universe basically says, "Hang on, let's prove Laura wrong really quick."
Yeah,
So
that
whenever I
happens.
say something isn't real, the universe is like, "Well, actually,
It is.
thing you said wasn't real." So
Well,
now I'm not saying a word. I don't doubt anything anymore. If it's a
the
belief, people can create it. If people have seen it, they've imagined it, then you've created it in the astral in the form of an egregor at the very least. So
well, I've seen Death a couple of times, and he showed up. He's an archetypal figure, right? But he
yes.
showed up because the people that I was talking to had an affinity with him. One lady was a psychic lady, but she had had about 7 or 8 near-death experiences because she had an issue with her heart. So periodically, her heart would stop. She would be gone for a certain length of time. They would bring her back, and she'd go again. You know.
Yeah.
But she could walk on kind of the border between life and death because she had done that so many times. Well, he showed up to ask her, "How can you do that? How am I seeing you, you know, like on both sides of that of that fence. How am I seeing you? And he was very polite. He was actually sort of honorable, but she explained to him what had happened and why he was seeing her in this weird thing. And he was like, okay, you know. And I didn't realize as I was sitting there talking to him, and I was in a small room like this when I was in the one next door, but I could feel this kind of weird energy from him. I don't think he was meaning to be mean or anything because he just wanted to talk to her. But Archangel Ariel comes in and she gets between me and him. And I thought, well, that's weird. She never shows up like this. What's she doing here? She doesn't do that. She just doesn't do that. And she was very sweet with him. She said, now, you've been here long enough. Your energy is a little not good for human beings, so you need to go now. And he said, yes, ma'am. And he left. That was it. He didn't argue with her. He just, yes, ma'am.
They don't often argue with the archangels, do they?
No, and it was funny that she came and not like Michael or Uriel or some of the others, but I thought, well, what is she doing here? But she was so sweet with him, and he was like, yes, ma'am. And I thought, wow, that's pretty powerful that she could just come in here and tell him to go on. That was pretty, but as soon as she came in, it was almost the difference between night and day. Like you could feel her energy kind of putting his energy on the other side of the room, and when he left, she kind of cleared everything and went on about her business. But I was surprised. That's the only time she's sort of shown up like that, you know.
She comes in on occasion to help us when we're doing mass animal clearings.
Oh, that makes sense. She's
And we
very
cross
loving.
over a lot of animals. She
Yeah,
usually
that makes sense. She probably works with children too. I don't know, but she's
well,
really
certain
sweet.
mediums too also have certain guides that they work with more. Like she
Mhm.
usually comes in when I'm working with Carolyn. Carolyn is one of my SRT mediums. She's an angel seed though. Angel seeds are quite rare. She is an angelic herself, basically in human form. There's a couple
Hmm.
of them. There's not a lot of them around. They're more rare than even, the new star seeds are. But they have a very strong connection to the angelic realms. And so when the angelics come in, we had like 20 of them helping us clear one mental health ward the other day.
Oh, they're
A
the
lot
worst
of angelics.
places.
We always name drop the archangels, because they're the famous ones. They're the celebrities of the angel realm, basically.
Yeah.
But there are thousands. In fact, there are thousands of archangels that we don't even know about.
Have you seen? I've had cherubs. They don't show up all the time. They don't show up for everybody. They usually show up as 5 or 6 or 7 of them, like a little group of them.
They look
Uh,
exactly like they're depicted in the art too, don't they?
yeah, they
They're
do.
little naked babies with
They
wings.
look like babies. And they're about as tall. I was doing a thing, and again, and weirdly in Pennsylvania, where you live, I had this lady whose daughter had crossed, and then she apparently set up an altar not for her daughter, but for the angels to help her daughter. The room was full of these angels, and I'm thinking, what is going on in here that there's so many? And I'm looking at her, and I'm seeing, and I'm thinking nobody else is seeing it, but I'm seeing one of these little cherubs manifest itself with its arm on her knee like that and leaning against her leg like a baby would. You know how babies do that? Like, so it was leaning against her leg, like, and it was about as tall as her knee. It was about toddler size, or maybe a little bit bigger, maybe like a 3-year-old. And it was just leaning against her, and I could see it. I could see it sort of trying to manifest itself. It was a beautiful little white thing. And all of a sudden, the woman looked at her leg, looked at me, looked at the friend she brought with her, and said, "Can you see that?" And the friend said, "I can see it." And I was like, yeah, I thought I was the only one seeing it, but apparently we were all seeing it, and that was a surprise to me. That's the first and only time that ever happened. Her daughter had um, hurt herself. I think it was actually accidental, but it, didn't look very good, I suppose. But she really was honoring angels to help her daughter, which I thought, and they showed up in
They
droves.
always show up. And this is another thing that a lot of people are gaslighted on, and I think that becomes from the religious aspects of it.
Yeah.
I healed that myself. For a long time, I went from being a Christian to being a staunch atheist. to being an agnostic. Because I
Yeah,
went from believing in God to believing in no God. I was like, screw that. Why would, I didn't believe in any of it. To believing in maybe something, but not really, because I saw ghosts. So if I'm like, if ghosts are real, what else might not be real? So it might be real. So that opened my mind a little bit. And then it was my astral projection that really changed everything for me. Learning
that does.
myself separated from my own body, learning
Yep.
that the soul absolutely does exist. Because even with ghosts, I was gaslighting myself. I was telling myself, well, maybe it's an energetic imprint. It could be an energetic recording
Yep.
kind of thing. I've had people say that before. But how often do you see an energetic recording throw your fan across the room? Because I did. I literally saw things like that happen because I had the poltergeist in my house. So there was a lot of confusion and misinformation. And when you grow up in a religious, environment,
Yeah.
you don't
I
have
agree.
good answers. You don't get any good answers whatsoever. In fact, a lot of times, if they can't answer your question, they tell you to shut up and stop asking. So,
Well, yeah, they do. They do that. That's why if they don't answer your questions, you probably want to send them somewhere because that's not good. Because
it
a
was
good thing will answer your questions.
where it made sense. I needed somebody to kind of sit me down and tell me what's up. Just tell me it straight. And my guides did. They told me it straight. And to be honest, it sounded completely crazy. As soon as I heard it,
It does. And for many, many years, I tried to live a normal life because everybody would tell me I was crazy, because I would dream things that came true when I was younger. I finally put a stop to it. I'm like, I don't want to see this 14 times. Stop showing me the future because I can't fix it. I can't change it.
it's not set in stone. It's fluid. It changes all the time.
Well, they would rerun it. It would be like, I call it 30-second film clip because it would be like a 30-second film clip. And then the next one would be a little different the next 30 seconds. And I finally said, stop this. I don't want to live this 100 times. It's not Groundhog Day. I don't want to do that. And so it's stopped up until my mother was going to die. And then and I know why they did that for me. It was so I'd be aware that that was coming in some form or another. So they were trying to help me, but sometimes that is not helpful for a human being. Sometimes it's just stressful. So I had to say, just stop. Don't do that now, okay? I appreciate it, but no. That's a boundary, isn't it?
It is. It is. Absolutely.
We were going to talk about boundaries, but we.
But, I really would love to hear Baba G's perspective on it, because from an outsider's perspective, we tend, because of our societal norms, we have certain things that we consider to be either rude if we do it or don't do it, and a lot of it is also seems to be like cultural, like
It is. It's very cultural.
So I do wonder certain perspectives, especially in regards to boundaries and how the guides perceive it. Like respecting your elders, for example. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Right? So what does the Bible teach us? Always respect your elder. Well, what if your elder is an abusive POS? Do you still
I think there are probably caveats for that kind of bad behavior.
Set boundaries with that, especially if it's a family member. What if it's a parent? What if it's a parent that you are responsible for?
Yeah, I was in that situation.
What if it's a partner that you have a karmic relationship with?
Yep, I was in that situation too.
Involving these things. And so, this is why I like to hear what they think about these things. And besides, we've already been chatting 45 minutes. If you don't mind, we bring him in.
Let's do that.
All right.
Let me get a little straighter because I know right now I'm going to tell you that. Oh, I just dropped that crystal. That was not what I was going to tell you. I was going to tell you that I can't promise that Leo will not join us today because he has been really annoying when Siddhartha has been in. He's been showing up screaming.
That's fine. I'll interview him too.
Well, last time he did that, he was up here being totally
That's fine.
Annoying, He loves Siddhartha. I think it's crazy. And I find it a little bit, I got to tell you, a little rude and a little annoying that he will listen to him and not listen to me. That seems wrong.
Well, he
since
hears
I'm the one.
Oh,
and we got your food. He had some of that this morning, just so you know. He was
Uh-huh.
quite pleased with it because there was lots of gravy involved. So that's his thing. And so he was very happy about that. He's very funny with that lavender cat litter. This is more than people need to know, probably. But when he comes out of his little box, he smells like lavender. I'm like, that's very fresh. It smells very good.
I'm glad I could help.
It's like you
It's
smell
like
like
a
a daisy.
do you like the fish present I sent him?
Oh, that is so funny because he loves those
I sent him
fish.
a fish that's stuffed with catnip, basically, and he
Well, it
loves.
was too funny. You know the thing they put meat on, those little
It wiggles,
plastic.
right? It's one of the moving ones.
Yeah, well,
I
you
thought
know the
so.
little, cardboard thing that they put meat on in the grocery store. They
Yeah.
came on that, like they were, coming from the grocery store, which I found pretty funny. They were wrapped just like they were really meat coming
Like
from the
real
grocery
fish.
store. Yeah, it was so
Oh, I
funny.
knew he would love that present. I'm glad that Leo liked it.
He's so funny with
You get
it.
a giggle, so everybody's happy.
So, and they look like real fish. They
I
don't
know,
look
I
like
know.
a cartoon
So it's
fish.
meant for Prince Leo.
Yeah, yeah. His Majesty the King. Yeah, it's funny. He makes me laugh. Siddhartha says, take the glasses off. Okay, I'll do that then. He also always says, sit straighter, sit straighter. He can sit straighter. Now, I want to tell you, I've broken my back twice in my life. And me sitting straighter is really hard, but he can do it and do it for hours at a time and no problem. That makes no sense. It makes no
He can tell us
physical
the secret.
sense. If you can, let me know. I'd like to know that myself.
We'll pass it on.
That's funny. All right, let's get out of here. Shall we do
Don't
that
forget
now?
to say the thing.
Yeah, we're going to say the thing. We can't forget the thing because he won't come in if I don't say the thing. We had that experience one other time. He's like, you're not saying the thing, so I can't come in. Oh, yeah, I forgot that. Um, I want to say one thing before I forget it. When I go into a trance, I won't remember. Two people from here, from your podcast, emailed me. I entered both of them, and one was from Richmond, Virginia, and one was from someplace in the UK. I think maybe London, somewhere in England, maybe. I responded to both of them, and I was thinking I would hear back, but I never heard back from them. So I don't know if my email went into their spam box, or if you emailed me, email me again so we can try to reconnect that way. Because that was, and it's happened like twice now, which is interesting.
Like
I'm
the
not sure.
Matrix.
I'm not sure how they got my email, but it's Angelica Blackmoon with a big A and a big B and no space in between, and then at gmx.com is my email address. You can reach me at. All right, that's good. We're ready now. Okay. So I just didn't want them to think I was being
No worries.
negligent. I've done my due diligence, just so you know. Okay. But I'm not going to call you. Don't expect me to call you. I hate being on the phone. I'm always on the phone. Text me, email me, call me on, do something on Messenger. Text me on Messenger, but don't expect me to call you. I'm not going to do it. Probably because I'm already on the phone,
We
right?
have 222 people watching right now.
Oh,
222.
that's a lucky
That's
number.
my Fergus number. Hi, Fergus.
That's how they talk to us, isn't it? All right. We like that you're burning some Palo Santo, I think.
Yes.
Okay,
Vitamin C.
let's get going. So, and those of you that say you love this, we are happy that you do. So we are light beings. We release all of our past negatives. We seek the light. We're protected by the light, surrounded by the light, aspire toward the light, accompanied by the light. We are light beings. And we thank the universe for all it has given to us today and in the future. There you are.
Hello, my friend.
We're very happy to see you today.
I'm very excited to see you today. How are you?
We're doing well, of course. We're always doing well. We don't have problems like human beings, as you can imagine that.
Must be nice.
Yes, we think so too. Come on, that was a
What
good
do you
joke.
think when you see us freaking out over all of our problems? Do you think,
Well,
oh, poor human, or oh, that is unfortunate, or do you think, oh, I'm so glad I'm not down there? A little bit of both.
Well, well, that was a three-part question, wasn't it? We don't think, oh, I'm glad we're not down there, but clearly because we come to you like this, we don't want to come back, right? That's a terrible joke
I
too, isn't
noticed,
it?
though. I did notice.
That's
You
pretty
found a
fun.
loophole, technically.
Yes. So we just borrow and then we go. That's it. We don't have to reincarnate. That's too much trouble. But we will say that we have a sort of an empathy for human beings. We do. That's why we want to try to help them as much as we can do. And we like to not just help everyone, the mass of humanity. We like to help individual people too, because we like to think that by helping an individual, as you know that we can do that,
Mhm.
that it's like dropping the stone in the pond, isn't it? It ripples out to very many other people, because that one human being can touch lots of lives, can't they?
Yes, absolutely.
So when you touch one person in a very profound way, guess what happens?
You create a chain reaction of people helping and doing the
You
same.
are, you are right. And see, with you, because you have a very broad reach to different types of people, and some people say, oh, that's fake. We don't care if you think so. We
Nope.
are here to help you if you want it. We are what we say we are. We're not going to lie to you. We don't do that. We don't even know how to do that. But we want you to know that if you believe or don't, doesn't matter to us. What matters is that you are here and maybe we can help you. That matters. So people, even when we see them in person, sometimes they don't realize we can hear them. We have heard people think, ah, this is not real, it's got to be fake. And we'll say, you can believe that if you want to. It's all right with us what you believe. We can't change that. But we're here if you want us to help you.
Yep.
And then we tell them something very surprising, and it takes them aback, and then they have to rethink their decision making on that. Now, come on, that was a little funny too, was it not?
I think there's a lot of rethinking that's been happening recently. A lot of
Yes,
shifts.
yes,
Hmm.
it is
Personal
your,
shift leading to the big collective shift, I suppose.
it is as if all of humanity is standing on a very steep precipice, right? That's a good
Well,
word.
yesterday
And
I had a slight trigger. Not a lot of things trigger me. I'm usually pretty stoic, but something got to me yesterday, and it was when dealing with authority, and I got majorly triggered. I got very emotional, and I started to notice, though, in my emotion that a lot of this is linked to um, my past life stuff.
you are right.
Yes,
We
and
were going to ask
I'm still working to heal in this life.
We were going to ask if you remembered.
Which part?
If you remembered a specific life that authority was so horrible, okay,
I've
that
lived, Siddhartha.
this was probably the one of the worst in history. And you suffered from that uh, type of politic that was very, we want to call it vulgar because we don't know what else to call it, but we don't want to judge it, but it was very traumatic for most
Is
human
this the life
beings.
where I wore the scald bridle? The scald
Worse,
bridle where I had the contraption, the cage over my head.
oh, that one was bad, but no, it was worse than that.
Oh, jeez. See, this is the thing. You've been through a lot. You repeat patterns on this planet, especially us
Yes,
starseed veterans. We tend to repeat the same trauma or similar trauma over and over again.
yes,
And mine is always involving authority.
yes, because it has been many lifetimes with you, including the one with your Scotsman. True. There was authority issues in that life as well. Did you know that?
They didn't have a choice in whether they were going to fight or not.
Correct.
They had to
And
fight. And the same goes for other
correct,
lifetimes that we shared. We were forced to fight every time.
correct. Every time. Yes, you are. So you see why it comes back to you. We would like to suggest, in order to disconnect from that, to put yourself in a better position with authority, that, well, we could do several things. One is next time we talk to you in person, we can sort of remove some of that for you. We could do that. Uh, we could do that today, actually, with the whole group. We could do that if they want to.
That would be very
Huh.
kind. Thank you.
We like that thought. That's a good thought. We like it.
I don't want to be triggered. I would like to be stoic, but I don't think it's going to change how I feel about authority in any way.
We we need to do sort of a sweeping thing. If you think it will not help, it will not help. But
Well,
if
I
you can
believe everything helps a little bit, at least.
well, be open to, okay, I can release this way. It will happen. Do you see what
Yes.
we mean?
Yes.
And so if you're all very open to it, when we do the meditation, we will just do that. We will clear some of this karma the way you clear other types of beings. We can do that.
Well, even what I noticed was even my body was reacting. I was like, my heart felt like it was beating at double the pace.
It was.
And it was doing it for hours. And I almost thought, like, did I
Yes.
drink too much caffeine? Like, what is happening here? And they said, no,
It
it's a
was.
trigger. And I said, well, what is it? And they said, well, part of the trigger is past life, and part of it is the shift, what's happening. And I said, well, can you elaborate a little bit on the shift and how I feel? And they said, well, as the vibration goes up, and as people start to move out of the matrix, so to speak, the matrix is actually trying to hold it tighter. It's actually like increasing its hold on people right now, and in a form of desperation, trying to cling to us right now and to keep us in the old world, so to speak. So they said lots of people are going to be feeling this way. It almost feels like a tightening that's happening around us.
Do you remember the COVID?
Yes, obviously. Yes, very much so. Yes.
And people who were perfectly healthy people who got it transitioned
Yes.
because their spiritual development was such they didn't want to stay here because of the changes that were coming. Now we don't talk about matrix and that. We can just talk about the energetic of things, okay?
Yes.
And so we understand exactly what you are speaking of because you remember this phrase that it talks about you get an opposite or equal reaction.
Yes. Yes.
So that's what's happening. You're getting the opposite that's making bigger to hold you more. You have
So the
the
more I
other.
pull away, the more it tries to pull me back.
Yes, yes.
I feel
Have you
that.
ever seen the Chinese puzzle where you put your two fingers in a
I
little
literally
thing?
had that in my head 20 seconds ago.
Because we put it in there. That's why. Nobody, if you have never seen this, we don't think they make them so much now. You put your little
My
paper,
son has one. He has one right now. It's like a finger trap.
correct, and you put your finger in, but when you try to pull your finger out, you
I-
cannot.
Yeah, and you can't. Yes.
And you're stuck until you do it the right way, then you can get free.
And usually you
Now,
have to
there,
put your fingers back together in order to be released.
which is opposite of what you think,
Yes,
right?
exactly.
Now we've got all of these people saying, what the heck are they talking? Let's see if we can find the Chinese finger puzzles to see what they're talking. It's sort of a fun thing for small people because they can do that, right?
Yes.
But, and it probably is a very difficult thing for smaller people to do that, isn't it? They put their fingers in, can't get fingers out. And they're probably wondering, why, right?
Yes.
And did you have to get him free on more than one occasion, or did he figure it
Just the
out?
first time. You show him the first time and he got it. Yes.
That's pretty funny if you think about it. So now all the parents who have children who can't keep their fingers to themselves in the store, go find one of those. Just kidding. We're just kidding. We're not being serious. But it's a cute thing. It's very intelligent and very surprisingly simple and
It's a good
works in a
analogy though, because yes,
yes,
we often try to force things rather than
yes,
trying to figure out the puzzle it's offering.
correct. And that's what we are meaning. That it's just a matter of getting the fingers in the right place, isn't it, to get yourself free?
Yes.
It's the same with it. It's not different. Well, it might be a little different because it's bigger, but you know what we
They
mean.
say the only way out is through.
Yes. And it's true, isn't it?
Interesting.
Yeah, we thought so too.
So
So
as we
that's,
come back to ourselves, that's how we escape the matrix.
yes. Now, some souls left body during COVID. Did you not wonder why COVID happened before this other happened? It
I think
happened
that,
to,
yeah, that was designed to have a different result than they were planning. But this is part of the reason that things are not working out for them anymore is people are seeing through it, and it's actually raising awareness more than anything else.
well, it was very interesting to us because it was a way for human beings who wanted to leave to go. It was easier for them to go that way. Do you understand what we
Yes.
mean?
Yeah.
So it was an opportunity for the individual soul. Now you are asking very good question to Vessel, and we're going to answer it. She would have answered it if we'd asked her to, but we thought we might as well do it ourselves. How about it for interesting information? So one of the things that people don't realize, you were asking about the abusive parent, the person, how do you continue to respect or revere
How do
people
you
that
set
abuse?
boundaries when you have old adages that tell you not to have boundaries?
You're right. And it's cultural too. It's very ingrained in certain cultures. In Japan, they still take care of parents and elderly relatives. They may not want to, but their culture says you must do these. So that's what they do, even if they don't want to, even if they can't, even if they don't have the means to or whatever, they still do it.
Yeah.
So what we're saying is that the most important individual thing in the entire universe is that you have free will.
Yes.
And so, depending, because as you spoke, every person has different circumstance. Every single person, right?
Every situation is different. Yes.
Correct. And therefore, you have to assess with that person in that situation, what do you want to do? Do you want to stay where you are? Do you want to move forward? Do you want to try to undo?
One of my clients literally last night asked, "Where should I move?" And the guides were like, we can't tell you where to move. We can only
That's right.
suggest that you listen to your intuition, that you listen to your
Yes,
highest, follow your highest excitement, basically, because that's how you remember
yes,
your plan. That's how you remember the right place
yes,
for you, is you feel excited and joyful about it.
yes.
If you
And
feel
see, that's,
apprehensive, sometimes you're also fearing change too. So it's it's hard to navigate that, especially with the human ego.
yes. Well, it's not just the ego of human, it's fear. What if it doesn't work out? What if I fail at that job? What if I fail at that buying a house? What if I do this or what if I, it's that constant fear of what is unknown. And that often makes people do things that they may or may not want to do. And we have one student who very bravely moved to a different country. And we think that was brave to decide I can't live in the country where I am born. I can move to a different place. Most people would say, I will put up with the country I know rather than try something different. Why? Because is a great fear of doing something they've never done. People stay with human beings that abuse them. Why? It's what they know. It's what they
You ever
know.
heard of the informal definition of insanity? Do you know what we say about
Yes, yes, but you remind people, but we will not start that, but you can do
doing
it.
the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result?
And it does not work.
No.
And so until a person, you, here's our saying, leap in the net will appear. You hear vessels say that sometimes. That means you have to have the faith, the belief, the understanding that you can jump. And even if there's no net when you jump, the net can still appear when you need it. You can leap and the net will appear. Do you see
You
what we
create
mean?
your own net.
You are right. Yes, you're right. And so the boundary has to be not with the, what do they call them, the metaphor, the adage, the whatever, that you've been told all your life. And even what is biblical or religious or whatever, it may not apply to you because maybe your life needs to be different. Maybe you need to leap and let the net appear. Maybe that person you've been with for 25 or 30 years who is not good for you, and that you know is not good for you, but you are afraid to leave because, oh, what will happen to that poor person? Or, oh, what will happen to poor me? I'm older
That's
now.
codependency.
Yeah,
I was healing that. It took me a long time to heal that.
it's very unhealthy. And just going to say this, by not allowing yourself to step out into the full personality of you, the full beingness of you, you are denying yourself better karma, for example. You're denying yourself the true measure of what you really are. You're denying yourself what what's you. Do you really want to do that? Do you want to be enabled by another human being who continually, as you were saying about your client yesterday, we do not say the word should. You should do this or you should do that. And sometimes if we speak it by mistake, we'll say, we can't tell you what you should do because we cannot. So your guides were 100% spot on with saying, we can't do that. We can't tell you where you should live. That's up to you. You have to trust your heart,
We're not allowed to
your
tell you. Yeah, the
gut.
guides are not allowed to tell you what to do. They're not even allowed to make a
Yes,
suggestion other than to listen to your intuition.
yes,
So don't waste your questions, you guys, because they're not gonna. What should I do? Should I do the wrong thing? Did I do the? If you want
yes,
context, so you can figure out whether or not yourself is making the right decision,
yes.
that's the better question.
Well, we do sometimes suggest to people when they ask, do you feel there's a better energetic place than not? We'll say, yes, you might like this place, this place, this place, this place. But we don't say you have to move there. We don't do that. We give options because it's all right to explore options. Doesn't mean you have to do that.
Yeah,
You see what we mean? And
absolutely.
we also like to tell people, you don't have to keep that boring job you've worked for 40 years and you hate, that you can actually start your own business and do better. And they don't understand that they could do that. They don't get that. No, listen to what we're telling you. You don't have to stay in a job that you have hated for 40 years. 40 years. That's like being in prison, isn't it?
Even if it's 4 days, I don't think you should be in a job you hate.
Correct. We agree with you. Very smart of you to say that because you're right. You should be where you feel good, where you feel happy,
Although,
where you.
I think some jobs are taught are there to teach us humility and to keep us humble.
You are right
I
about that
had a
too.
lot of jobs like that. My youngest 20s, I was cleaning toilets in corporate bathrooms. I mean, that's
Yes.
you can't get more humbling than that, really.
But for a human being that loves to clean toilets, that's like the dream job. And yes, there are people that love that. There are
They
people who
bring
are
to make the world a cleaner place. Some people really enjoy
yes,
that, and I think that's a beautiful thing. We
yes,
need more of those people because the world's a messy place.
yes. And some people they like order. They like to make sure things are properly placed. They like things to be clean. So that for them is not hell, it's heaven. You see? And that's what the trick is. Find your heaven. Why not? It can be right here, right now. It doesn't have to be on a cloud playing a harp like you're told. It's not true.
Yes, like those little cherubs we were talking about.
Can you imagine how boring that would be to sit on a cloud and play a harp for 20,000 years? Wouldn't you at some point go, oh my God, isn't there something more than that? Come on, that was very funny, don't you think so? What an image that is.
It would
But you always hear that, right?
the biblical floods would make more sense if that was true.
Yes,
I'm fucking
and
tired of seeing
indeed,
the same thing every day for millions of years. Let me just flood it and start over again. It's
yes.
sitting on a cloud. It'd be different.
Well,
Uh,
as you know that Hindu people believe Lord Shiva will, destroy everything every 10 or 15,000 years and then start again. We don't like to think he does that, but that's what they believe. He's the destroyer. And in destruction, you also find creation, don't you?
yes, that's true.
As horrible as a fire in the forest is, when the forest comes back, it is better, you know?
It is. Yes, that's very true.
Yes.
Life finds
So,
a way to, make
yes,
the best of every situation. It might take a long time to heal, but time
yes,
doesn't really isn't as big of a factor.
yes,
And I think the earth is going to outlive us, or at least to the point where we start to live with it. If we don't start to live it with it, then there might be a time where
yes,
we might be decreased in number again. Because if, like I said, you
yes.
can't destroy your own house and expect to be healthy and happy there.
We hear cat.
He
What do
agrees.
you want? What do you want?
He agrees.
Why are you scream? Don't scream. Come on. He's like, meow, meow. Where is Siddhartha? He loves Siddhartha.
Before
That's he
though,
always comes. He
I
always
was
comes when Siddhartha's in.
I was told that we've gone through several different resets here on Earth. Is that true?
It's quite a lot, but not always at one time. Or that's not what we mean. Not always in one location. For example, you may have had a meteor in Arizona, right? And it did certain things to certain spot, but then maybe you had another meteorite in Russia over there, and that is where you get certain types of
We
stones
had a lot
because
of volcanic eruptions too. One
correct.
blocked out the sun for 2 years.
Yes, yes.
Yep.
So it there has been a few total catastrophic, you know, but most of the time it's in parts because the earth can't take it all at one time, you see. And now the problem is that you have a thinner ozone or the layer that protects you from
Yes.
sun is thinner than it used to be, right?
Yes. So
And
that means more of the sun's frequency is coming through. It's getting intensified.
yes,
And this
and
is
in the
also shifting things here on Earth.
yes, and also the sun is now doing more of the what do they call those little things that come off? Flares, right?
Yes.
Flares. We forgot that word, sorry. The solar flares are getting bigger. And so now you have a thinner layer. And the other worst thing that's happened is your oceans are very polluted now. Yes.
Yes.
And it's hurting the wildlife and it's hurting humankind. Without your oceans, the earth dies. You understand?
Yes.
And so that's also a problem with the plastic and with the trash and all of that. It's not good. And why people think that's okay, we don't understand it.
You
There are
do see
many,
little pockets of people trying to make a difference and trying to create a
yeah,
shift. And we
correct,
do see some progress, even if it is slow progress.
yes, we agree with
Why
that.
a lot of people that there is a big rift here on Earth in regards to the people who consider Earth to be sacred, who consider it to
Yes,
be our home, and other people who see it as something they can exploit, a commodity or an asset
yes,
they can own or control, or it's like I say, exploit in whatever way they can
yes.
benefit from that. So we're finding a bigger split between that, and it's growing, and it's
You're right.
helping more people realize which side they're on.
You are right about that too.
Because you change the world or you make it worse, depending on everything that you buy, everything
Yes,
that you do.
yes.
People don't understand that. Where you spend your money is probably one of the most important things you do on a daily basis.
If you think about it, we like this example too. Probably 40 or so years ago, people bought sea salt for salt because it was clean and perfect and worked the best. You can't do that now because the ocean's so polluted, it also pollutes the salt. So
Yes.
now they use Himalayan salt. Why? Because the Himalayan salt is in a place that things can't get to it.
Yeah, but the
But
problem is too. There's a lot of processing, a lot of machinery, a lot of movement, a lot of
correct.
processing, and that also
Yes,
lowers the vibration of the salt and adds
yes,
things
you're
you don't
right.
want to add to it.
You're right. So that is another example of salt. People need salt in their body. You need
Yes.
salt.
Mm-hmm.
So if you don't have salt, what happens? Nothing good, right?
Yes.
So it's interesting. We like this conversation that we are having
I
today.
I really appreciate the added perspectives. And with the shift, a lot of people are wondering, have you seen it progressing more rapidly? Because we almost
Yes,
feel like there's a quickening happening,
there
like
is.
a
It
rush
it
almost.
we see things in an energetic way, okay? So like if we're looking at you, you don't look physical per se, you look like energy to us. And can we look at you more physically? Yes, we can do that too. But usually we don't do that. We look at you in an energetic way, right?
Yes.
And so when we are looking from where we live, we're not going to say where, but from where we live, we can look at the whole earth and see the energy of that. And the earth in a certain way, we call her Gaia because she's not just the ball that you live on, okay? She is actually a spirit, and she's the spirit of the earth. Just as a human being has a soul, the earth also has a soul. It is not the same as human because it's not human. Do you understand what we mean?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So when you talk to her, she prefers to be called Gaia, so you can call her Mother Earth or you can just call her Gaia. She doesn't
I
mind.
call her Pachamama.
That's a good one too. That's what our South American friends call
That's what
her.
they call them in Peru. Yes, they call her that too.
Yes, yes, Pachamama. Yes, 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 yes. You're right.
I still
And
call her Pachamama. I talk to her every day as Pachamama.
yes, and because that is what they know her is there, and it's a very good name. She likes that. She's very appreciative of that.
I had a
And but
conversation with her once talking about coconuts.
well, we think it's a good thing to talk to her. Everybody should talk to her. You see?
She said people need to use my coconuts more. Yeah, she said my coconuts are my gift to humanity, and they don't realize
Yes,
how important my coconuts are. She was telling me. I
yes.
was under the influence, but still,
Ah, that's
I
all
was using
right.
plant medicine to connect with her.
Yes,
Yes,
we can call that earth medicine too if you
first
want to.
medicine. Yes, exactly.
Yes, we can call it that if you want. We don't recommend it. We can't give you that little thing, but we'll say it's sometimes good.
Well, if it's made by Gaia, it's fungi, right? It's made by
Yes,
Gaia, so it's her
yes,
another one of her gifts.
yes. We are
She's
just
given us
joking
many
with you.
gifts.
We're joking with you. You know
I
that,
know
right?
you are.
We're just a little teasing a little bit. Just a little bit.
But it's true though,
Oh,
she's given us many gifts, and we need to,
yes,
appreciate those gifts. Give thanks.
yes, yes, yes.
You know, there's like 1,600 different types of coconuts.
That's very many coconuts
It's a
for
lot of
us.
coconuts, exactly.
Yes.
It's a lot of coconuts.
There's a lot of odd fruit and cacti and all of that stuff. It's quite
So we are very,
strange.
even in the Bible, what did it say? I have given you all the seed bearing plants. I've given you all the basically everything you need.
Yeah, yes,
Yes. But forgive me for lack of a better word, but we bastardize it. We take it, and then
yes,
the
that's true.
pharmaceutical companies will go running around in the rainforest, finding all kinds of new plants and new, medicines to use, and then they take the medicine out of it.
Yes,
And then there's all these horrible side effects, and they intensify the effect and make it more dangerous.
and they like to do it
Yes.
because it's about money, isn't it?
Yep.
And there are interesting ways to heal people. Some people do need medication for certain things. That's true. But food is also a beautiful medicine, isn't it? Sound. is a beautiful medicine, isn't it?
It is. Yes, it is.
A movement also, very nice. If you have your dog and you walk your dog, isn't that a good way to have the dog be happy and you be happy too?
Yep.
We're speaking to one of our persons out there who walks like 6 miles a day with her dog. That's a lot.
That is a lot.
Yes,
It's a good way of
mm,
staying in a high frequency, spending that much time in nature
yes,
every day.
yes. And if you can imagine, some people, like the monks that walked from Texas to Virginia, they walked every day. Every step was meditation for them. Isn't that something?
Yes, absolutely.
And one of our people went when they got to Virginia, and they went and walked with them. Tried to keep up, they could not keep up with them.
I'm not surprised.
They were walking so fast, he gave up. He couldn't keep up with them. And he was fairly fit, but they were just walk very fast with
Yeah.
their dog. Yes, because they were focused every step on the walk. We love that. That's very
Walking is a
exciting.
form of meditation sometimes for
It
some people.
is. It is. We call it a doing meditation because meditation, people think is you sit in lotus posture, that's all you do. That's not true. That's just not true. You can also lay down if you need to, if you have issues with your back, for example, or something, you can do that. But doing, if you can't sit still, like we know that you like to jump around a lot, don't you?
Yes, I have ADD. Yes, I
Yes, we're trying to point that out
do.
subtly, right?
No, I am. I'm like Tigger. I'm
Yes.
bouncing all
Yes, you
over the
are
place.
like Tigger. We've seen that little cat
I'm
that
like
jumps.
Tigger. Yes, I am.
Yes, yes. This cat here jumps like, not on his tail though, he doesn't jump like that. But he's a good jumper. Vessel says, you're a good jumper. Sometimes he pretends like, oh, I can't get up there. She
Yes.
says, yes, you can get up there. Come on. And he'll go, "Psh, see, you made it no problem at all. And we are amused watching the whole thing because here this cat is trying to get attention, and that's his way of doing it. Oh, I can't do it. Yes, you can. Come on.
Well, for the benefit for all of the jumpers that are out there today, maybe we can get some healing today. Maybe we
Yes. Do you
can
want
work
healing?
some
Or do
back
you?
problems so we can be more springy. Yeah.
Yes. So you can jump on your tails. Join, join like that. We could do.
Well,
But do
these
you
guys
want?
already. Some of them have already been giving consent for some healing and clearing today. They know the drill. So
Well, our question is, could we do that slightly differently and clear your karmas? Are you open to having the karma sort of
always,
removed?
always. That's
So
that's
that,
why that's my life purpose, Siddhartha. That's why I'm
yes.
here.
So for you, we are hoping we will kind of chill out your authority issue.
That would be great.
Do they call it chill out?
As long as
Right?
it doesn't make me more docile. I don't want to be
We
docile.
don't think that's
I want to be more
possible.
stoic, but not docile. There's a difference.
That is not possible for you. That's impossible. You cannot be that. That's impossible. That's pretty funny though, don't you think?
Thank
Maybe when we're done, you'll all be tigers. Yes?
you.
You'll be like Tigger.
Thank you.
That's pretty funny to us. We think that's amusing. Yes, okay. All right. So, as we always do, if you've done this with us before, we want you to take, we'll explain it first. You want to, where your crown chakra is right on the middle of your head, right? So you want to pull down beautiful golden light into your crown chakra, then third eye, throat, heart, solar plexus, sacral chakra root, and then out to your feet and out of your palms, okay? And so when we breathe in, we'll pull the light down, down, down to the solar plexus, hold it for 1 second, and breathe out through the nose, and then hold the out breath. Because in that few seconds of holding the out breath, your brain is quiet, okay? It's not talking to you. And that's what people do, don't they? I need this on my grocery list, bread, eggs, milk. I got to do laundry. No, don't do that. Shh, quiet your mind, okay? This is how you get to astral projection, is it not? Yes. You have to be quiet in your mind to do that.
Yes,
All
definitely.
right. Yes, so we're telling you too that this is how you get out. It's easier, right? When you do that, when your mind is not talking.
Yes, most
And
definitely.
and people talk to themselves all the time. Have you noticed that?
My guide said my brain is like Grand Central Station.
They are not wrong about it. Lots of trains coming and going.
All
Yes.
day long, yes. At night, yes.
Yes. That's why you don't sleep much. Yes.
Yes.
That's pretty funny, but think so. All right. So we'll breathe in and come down to solar plexus. Hold for 1 second. Breathe out through the nose. Hold it. We'll do that 3 times. So let's try. And just see beautiful golden light coming through the top of your head. Okay? And if you want to, you can see it like waterfall coming down over the outside. So coming into the body here, but also going to the outside. So it will kind of clear your field too while we're at it. All right, here we go. Okay, so breathe in beautiful golden light to the crown, third eye, throat, heart, solar plexus. Hold it and out through the nose, not through the mouth. Forgive us for that. So breathe in beautiful golden light to the crown, third eye, throat, heart, solar plexus, and then hold for a second. Out. We do it again. Breathe in beautiful golden light to the crown, to the third eye, chakra, throat, heart, solar plexus. Hold it, and then out. Hold the out. Good. One more time. Breathe in beautiful golden light to the nose, like that, and then hold it 1 second at the solar plexus, and then out. Hold the out. Good. Now relax. Relax your body. Someone has pain in their neck, so just imagine the golden light going directly to your neck. Okay? Just move your neck a little bit. Just be gentle. Okay. There you go. That's better. And someone else is having tailbone issues. So let the light come all the way down the spine and go into the, what's that called? The tailbone, right? Just let it go in there and then let it go out into the hip girdle, okay? And you can feel the hip joints, they need a little energetic too. We'll just put that in there. All right, that's good, that's much better. Open your throat chakra. If you don't speak your truth, it's always shut. So open it. Good. So we open the crown. We will do that the Chinese doctor way, which is counterclockwise. We'll do that with a clap. There you go. Very good. And we'll just go down to the third eye, which may feel like pressure. It may feel like that. We just clap and open that. There we go. And come down to the throat. Open. Good. Heart. Good. Solar plexus. Now, some people are holding fear there. Get rid of it. You don't need it. You don't need anger. You don't need self-doubt. You don't need lack of confidence. Get rid of all of that. Okay? So we clear that just like that. Now, imagine a big, beautiful, golden Mayan sun. Isn't that gorgeous? Can you see it? Let that energetic go down through your lower body, up through your upper body. Your solar plexus is your center of balance. It is your mental balance, your emotional balance, your physical balance, your spiritual balance too. It's why you can walk or stand or feel different types of things. It's a good thing to feel that. Someone else is having issues in their shoulder. Let's clear the shoulder pain. There we go. We clear both sides. Okay. All right. Much better. We will clear the shoulder joints. We'll just do that. Okay. And we'll give you a little bit extra energetic down to the elbows. Left, right. We'll clear both. Okay. Down into the forearm, front and back, into the left wrist, and we'll clear that. Into the right wrist, we will clear that. And now open your palms up, please, and put your palms up, and you'll feel us open the chakra in your palms. Okay? Isn't that good? And all of the fingers too. And the joint that goes from wrist up to the thumb, we'll clear that on both sides. Now, that's much better. We'll lift the spine because you all need that. There we go. We will clear this joint in the jaw where you're all crunching your teeth. Yes, you do it. You know you do it. At night and in the daytime too. We'll send energetic between. There we go. And then up. There we go. And now from the tailbone and the sacral chakra down to the root, every organ in between. Okay. And we will go to the knee and the other knee, and we will clear them, and down to the ankle, on the left foot first, on the right foot second, there we go, into the heel of the foot, out to the toes, we'll get every toe, and we'll open the chakra in your feet, which might tingle or feel like pressure. It's all right. Either way is fine. Okay, now you're good. Now, yes. Allow also this light, beautiful golden light, to go down around you in a protective way. Okay. Now look at yourself, right at your belly button. You will call that the Dantian. Okay. And you want to see the light get bigger, bigger there, because that is you. That is your beingness. Just so you know, there are 108 chakras in the body, which also happens to be our number. Okay. So make it bigger, bigger, bigger. Make it go out beyond your body, your physical body. Do you feel that? Yes, very good. Very good. Make it go bigger and higher. Do you feel it going up and down and around you, all around? And use your golden sun at your solar plexus and make it bigger too. Okay, good. That's very good. I like it. We are very proud of you as human beings, and we say that in a spiritual, not in a human way. Okay? We mean that we love who each and every one of you are. And yes, we hear you. We do hear you. We often feel you as well, just so you know that. We know that some of you talk to us all the time, and we thank you for that. We, as our vessel likes to say, cannot do this without you. And we are very happy that our friend over here, Miss Laura, was willing to have us to come talk to you today. So we are very grateful for that connection, so we can connect to all of you. So now, be open and aware and allow yourself, if you wish, if you don't, we can keep just being in the moment, okay? But if you wish, let's clear some of the trauma, and with that, not trauma from this life, but from other lives. If you remember some past life that you want to clear a little bit of the trauma, remember that right now. Put yourself back in that time and place and accept that it was real. You have to do that in order to clear it. See the situation you are in and just watch it like a movie. You don't have to participate. Just watch it. And allow yourself to understand that moment by watching it. Do you see it? That's good. Pick the most dramatic time that you can remember. That's right. And that's hard for some people to do. But if you don't remember any life, just say to yourself, I accept that this will clear the karma from whatever my most dramatic life might have been. You don't always have to remember them. Hopefully, you will not remember anything that is too terrible. But if that thing happened to you, think of it as a learning experience, because that is how you evolve as human being, human spirit. Well, we won't even say human spirit, but as a being, as a human being, as a spirit being. Do you understand? There are not good words for that, but maybe you can feel what we mean. Now, this is the beauty of you, is that you're willing to try. And try is very important. So see why you were traumatized by this certain thing. Don't make it long. You don't need to see a whole full out picture of it. You can just get the gist if you need to. Some things you don't need to remember. You just need to feel them and then release them. So feel them, okay? We're going to give you about a minute to get to that place where you are at. Just watch, don't participate, okay? Don't judge it either, all right? Just allow yourself to be in that moment. That's so hard for people, we know that. But take your time. There are many of you watching us today, and we know that some of you are feeling what we are speaking. Some of you don't quite understand, but that's all right. Just allow, that's all you have to do. Okay? So take a moment and be there in that drama, just for one moment, okay? Yes, it may not be the moment you expected that it would be. Maybe different. And yes, it's all right if it's in this life too. Someone just asked that question. Yeah. All right. The energy where you are should be going up a little at a time, yes? Chinese doctor will help us with this because we are reaching lots and lots of places today. All right. Now take a breath. We're going to count to 3. We're going to clap at 3. And we want you to see the image and the energetic of that drama leave you and go up to the others, up into what is more. Okay? It will be going someplace safe, but it will no longer torment you. All right? So here we go. So take a breath in. Good. And 1, 2, 3. Release. Let's do it again. So breathe in. And 1, 2, 3. Release. Last time. Okay. Breathe in. And 1, 2, 3. Release. Feel where that has left. If there's any left of the attachment to that, see it being pulled away from your chakra. Okay? It's probably coming out of solar plexus or heart. But just, you can even reach over and pull it out yourself if you want to. Some of you feel a little dizzy. We understand that could happen. It's all right. It's because you're now not quite grounded, but that's okay too. We'll get you grounded here in a minute. All right. Now, what you say to your trauma that just left is, thank you for being my teacher. I have learned a great deal from you, and I will not need to learn it again. And the trauma that came with that experience is no longer with me. And I release it with joy and with gratitude and with pleasure as well, even if it was difficult to do it. Now, sit very quiet. Visualize yourself in the favorite place that you like to be. Can be anywhere you want. Can be in a noisy restaurant with lots of clanging dishes. Can be on a mountain top. Can be in a forest. Could be by a lake or a river or a beach. Could be on the beach. Could be on a mountain top looking down at everything. If you want to see yourself up in the sky looking at Earth, you can do that too. Wherever you want to be is fine. And now, because you have released that into the others, is it your only trauma? No, of course not, but it is one of the more severe ones, probably. Guessing, of course. We think it was good that you let it go. You chose it for a reason. So allow yourself to have that joy for choosing it. And now find yourself in a place where you feel perfectly calm, at peace, in a beautiful state of joy. And thank the universe for allowing you to have this experience. That you are not here accidentally with us. That you are meant to have that experience. And know that to free yourself of what you fear, what you regret, what you uh, stress over, as people like to put it, that being able to turn loose of those things allows you to have clarity about your life, about yourself, and about why you are the way that you are. Isn't that magical indeed? Listen to your surroundings in the place that you've put yourself. If you're in a field, do you hear birds? Do you hear crickets? Do you hear animals? If you're on the beach, do you hear the waves crashing? If you're in a restaurant, do you hear noise? Do you hear people talking around you? For some people, that would be comfortable, yes? Not everyone. If you're in the desert, do you feel the life on the desert? If you're on that mountain top, can you see the world from where you're sitting? Is it as tall as Mount Everest or shorter than that? Is it warmer, colder? Is the wind blowing a little bit? Be there. Stay there for 1 minute. Speak to the universe, to your beings, your guides, your gods, goddesses, whatever you want to call them, whatever you call them, your angels. Speak to them and thank them for helping you and for being reliably with you and for having your best interest at heart and for being real. And anything that is not real has to leave. And we'll just say that. Anything negative has to leave. They're not allowed to stay with us. They cannot. That again is frequency, isn't it? All right, sit very quiet for 1 minute and listen to your heart. All right. Take a moment. Take a breath. Allow yourself to feel your body and get back into it. And if you didn't leave it, that's all right too. But just take a moment. We think you are out more than you thought you were. So take a moment and feel yourself float gently back into alignment. Perfect alignment with your physical body, with your physical form. That's right. It takes a minute. Don't rush. Don't do that. Good. Now, when you're ready, and only when you're ready, you can open your eyes and talk to her.
Thank you, Siddhartha.
Did you remember to breathe?
I did, yes.
That's a bad joke, but isn't it funny too?
Yes.
It's very funny to us because people go, and then they don't breathe. It's like you got to breathe, right? You can't not breathe. It's very funny to us. Do you feel better?
I do. I feel great. Thank you.
Do you have reactions from people who are coming back to themselves?
Not really. No.
Well, let's ask them to give us a comment. We'd like one.
Let's see. Anybody coming back feeling anything as they're coming back into body? How do you feel now? Let us know what you guys sensed. We love to read your thoughts on the meditation and what you might have perceived. Lots of people saying they feel lighter already now.
Very good. How about you? Did you feel like something went away?
I had a couple flashbacks, yeah, and then I do feel lighter, so perhaps that's it was I know which version of me was triggered now. So thank you for answering that question. It was Margaret.
Yes. Yes.
Margaret gets triggered a lot.
Yes.
She's the one who starved to death in prison. It was
Yes.
one of my witch wounds.
Yes.
Margaret is not a very happy camper. She's
Yes.
I was told to
But
stop trying to connect with her, and I wasn't even trying. I didn't even know where it was coming from, but yeah.
well, if you've had that experience with her, you can't not connect with her,
Margaret's
right?
very angry.
Yes, but what you do is you love her and the anger will go away.
Yes.
That's hard to believe, but true. If you just say, I love you so much and you've helped me in certain ways and I appreciate that, but you don't have to be angry now. You know, you're loved. You don't have to be angry now. See
Yes.
what happens. Let us know. We'd like to know that.
Thank you.
You're
We're all a
welcome.
work in progress, right? We
Every
all,
day. Every day. So,
yeah.
any comments?
Uh, Alicia said she feels like she had a massage. Very nice, Alicia.
Oh, we want to go where she went. No, we're kidding. That's a bad joke too. We don't need massage. No, no, no.
Oh,
Not at all.
Jenny's been following along. A lot of us are working to heal our witch wounds right now, and because I'm writing a witch wound class right now, I think a lot more witch wound stuff is coming up. But it's also, the class that I'm teaching in about a month about healing the witch wound isn't just about the version of us that got burned at the stake or hung or put in the stocks. There are other
Okay.
compiled lifetimes where we were persecuted, where we were hunted, where we were burned at the stake or imprisoned or killed in battle, just trying to defend our beliefs, just trying to defend our livelihood, our
Yes.
existence.
Yes. We have an idea for you, which you can do with what you want to. But if you like, we could get Vessel to record us doing a meditation for that, for your class.
That would be beautiful. We actually have 2 meditations already written for the class, but we can always add another one. That would be wonderful.
Well, if we can get her to do that, we will do.
I can always include that in the aftercare as well, because there's always more work to be done, right? You take the class, but there's always homework.
We give homeworks all the time.
You do. You give good homework.
Yes, we're very good at giving homeworks. We like to. Any question before we have to leave you? You're probably out of time. We don't know.
I've got a couple more minutes. Anybody have any good questions for Siddhartha today? Everybody's just expressing such gratitude. Everybody's feeling less pressure, feeling little tingles. They feel lighter.
You're very welcome.
We are so, so grateful for all the healing that you do for this community and for on many different layers and aspects. Healing the mind, body, and spirit, you know?
Well, you must because you're human. You have to do all three. It's not a one off, right? It's all of, not one of, right? Like
Yes.
that. We think so too. We
So much
like this.
gratitude coming in. The vessel will have plenty to read when she likes to read the comments, as you're aware, and I think you like to read
Yes.
them over her shoulder, don't you?
Yes, we do that.
She tells me that, yes, she can feel you kind of peeking as
Yes.
she's looking.
Yes. The other thing we do is if she's type, she'll type for herself, and then we'll say, no, tell them this too. And all of a sudden the language changes. So people who are very aware will go, oh, yes, Baba G, because that's Siddhartha, because the language is different. And you're not wrong. That is exactly what happens when we are, because we'll say, tell them this message. Okay, we shall do that. Right. Like that. We like that about Vessel. She's very receptive to helping a lot of people all
Yeah.
the time, which is good.
I've got a lot of comments popping up. I'm trying to keep up with them. One of the questions, Derek had a question. What if you can't visualize the light? Does it still have the same effect if you speak the light into existence?
You can do that, yes.
Yes, that's what I've been telling my students that have a struggle with visualization. Sometimes they can't really
Yes,
see the apple in their mind, so to speak, when you tell them to visualize it, but they can speak it into existence by, you know,
yes,
by describing it.
yes. The other thing is, if you can't see it in your mind, probably your third eye is really closed. You understand? So when it starts to open, then you not only, people think it's only to see out. It's not true. It's also to see in. So inside the mind, if this is open, you can get the picture in there too. So try to focus on this because that is the part that can open and help you. We
Yes.
think you did not know that before. There you go. There's some special news today.
Well, we have noticed on a couple occasions that the guides will either open or dial back the third eye, depending on
Yes,
overactive or not active enough. They try to
yes.
balance it out with the other chakras,
Because what happens is it gets traumatized very easily at what it sees, so it will shut. If in
especially
any of
from
the
psychic
chakra,
attack. If you've been psychic attacked, a lot of times the third eye will be completely blocked.
yes, but also all of the chakras, if you need protection from verbal abuse, for example, or a negative energy, or what, they will shut to protect you. They will do that, all of them. But when you are comfortable and happy and surrounded by people that you like very much, they open. It's good.
So you can also visualize your third eye opening during meditation, and that will help.
Yes. And you can ask it to, please let me see the truth. You say that to it. Third eye, please
I've been
let me see the
negotiating with
truth.
my higher self actually about this.
Yes.
Because I've
Well,
been
talk
telling
to
my
it.
higher self, I'm ready to see more, I'm ready to experience more, I want to know more. And it's a bit like simmer down, like slow your horses kind of thing, is what it
Yes,
keeps
but
telling me.
you are very much ready in a certain respect, and you have to understand that, believe that you can. It's important to do that. If you don't believe you can, you never will. So you have to think you can. I can open my third eye when it's ready. We can do.
Hmm.
Try. You'll see.
Thank you
You're
for the
getting lot. You're getting lots of tips today. What do you
I
think
know,
of
we're
that?
getting lots of tips. Thank you.
Yes, we like
We
to
always
give you
appreciate
tips.
it, especially with things that are a struggle for a lot of us, like meditation.
Yes.
My squirrel brain doesn't make it very easy to meditate.
We hope squirrels have different brains. We hope.
I prefer to say squirrel brain than monkey brain.
Yes,
Squirrel
that's
brain
sort
doesn't
of
use tools.
yes, it's sort of odd, isn't it, to call it monkey mind?
Monkey
Monkey
mind,
mind.
that's the one. Yeah,
Yes.
I
What
prefer
is
squirrel
that?
brain.
So weird, right? Monkey mind.
But it's true that a lot of us have this inability to focus because, and a lot of times I do assume that it might be because I overstimulated myself to a degree.
Yes.
Like I want to be everywhere into everything all at once.
Yes.
So that's kind of it.
Yes.
So I'm a good multitasker because of it. I can do like 4 or 5 things at once sometimes.
Yes. And that's why you get so much work done. It's because you can do that.
That's true. But
And
I get in
some
the
people,
zone and I get annoyed if something takes me out of the zone.
some people find that that is a deficit. Oh, I can't concentrate. Da, da. But the facts are some very creative people can focus on, say, their art or their writing while they're listening to a really boring meeting because they're being distracted by that. Or they watch TV while they're trying to write or do their work because it distracts part of their brain from that. Do you see?
Yes.
So that's it's not necessarily a deficit. It's just your brain is wired differently. That's it. Not all humans are the same. You're not. You're all different. Every single one.
Yes. It does make it harder for me to sit down and do certain things though.
Of course, it does. But you have to ask yourself, am I really meant to do that? Can I find somebody else who will do it for me so I can go do what I want?
That's a good point. Yeah, sometimes you're overdoing things.
You
I'm
see,
fiercely independent and I don't ask for enough help.
yes, we know that, but we can help you with that too.
I think we're
We
all
can
working on
do.
asking for help and coming back to the collective in that sense.
Yes, yes. People don't want to.
Yes.
Or they're the other way. They're very needy and want to ask for everything. That's not good either. You need in the middle. Walk the middle way. That's what we always have said to people. It's not one extreme or it's the middle. You got to be in the middle, right? Because extremes are not healthy mostly. What do you think of that?
I think we've been making big steps, big leaps forward, but we still got a long way to go.
We like leaps. Leaping is good. You're not frog, but it's still very good. You could be cat, because cat leaps. Maybe you could be cat. That's pretty. Okay, you could be Tigger. There we go.
Yes.
Because he does that, doesn't he? Bounce a little bit.
Well, thank you so much for today. Thank you for the healing. Thank you so much for the beautiful meditation and for holding space for us. It's so wonderful to speak with you.
Always too happy to see you. But remember, you can actually go back and do this one again and again and again with
Yes.
different trauma. Okay. And so lucky for you, Laura has it right available for you to watch.
Yes, I do.
That's pretty good, don't you think? You like that commercial for you? We liked it too. That's
Yes.
pretty funny if you think. Siddhartha's doing a commercial for you. Yes. We would only have one more question. When we do events for Vessel, we usually choose the subject that we do. We want to know, in the comments, you don't have to say it now, we want to know if there are things you would like to know or have event about, or if the ones that we've had have been helpful in some way. So there's two questions. But if you could leave that in the comment,
Those
we'd
who have
appreciate it.
already attended one of the Siddhartha chats,
Yes,
there's something that has stuck out for you as a very beneficial part of your experience.
yes,
And do you have any ideas on what kind of talks you would like to see in the future? Any suggestions?
yes. Very.
One person, Heidi, says she loves your sense of humor, Siddhartha.
Oh, we thank you very much for that. Our
Yes,
jokes are terrible, and we know that, but we think they're funny because they are terrible. How about that?
they're what we call dad jokes. We love dad jokes.
Yes, we've heard about that, but we are not dead. We are Siddhartha, but
Or Baba G.
we are Babaji. Yes. Our students call us that. Yes.
I think a
Oh,
lot of people would benefit from some help with visualization, or perhaps
ah,
even somebody said nirvana teachings, more teachings. Everybody
ah,
wants to
no.
know how you did it, Siddhartha. They want nirvana too.
Yes. Well, you have to get off the wheel of life. Don't you recognize that you are on the little hamster wheel thing? Where you have to get off of that wheel. And that is birth, death, rebirth. And it's karma, karma, get rid of karma. You see what we mean? That's what it
Yes.
is.
I got a
But you
golden
have
ticket
to,
out of this place, Siddhartha.
well, we'll see about that. Come on, that's bad joke too.
A
Come on.
bus ticket waiting for me.
Well, you could go in better class. You could go train or plane or something. Oh,
Uh-huh.
that's terrible.
Spaceship,
That's just,
right?
that's also very terrible. We're sorry about that. All right. So we thank you all for coming today. You know,
Thank you.
we do hear you. Don't forget that. And we always are delighted to see you. What do you think of that?
The feeling is mutual.
Ah, and say hello to your little person for us because we like him very much.
I will do. Thank you.
He talks to us, you know.
Yes, he tells me he does.
It's true. He does talk
He,
to us.
out of all the numbers he looks for when we're playing the game of looking for numbers, he always looks for your number the most. In fact,
We
he gets
are.
quite annoyed if he sees a 107 instead of a 108. He goes, "Ah," like that.
You just tell him it's one of our bad jokes.
He's like, "Where's the 108? Where's 108?" And then he'll see 107 and have a big, like a harumph kind of thing going. you know?
That's very funny to us. We like that. But he does. We know he does that. We hear him talking. We do. We hear him talking.
Thank you,
We
Siddhartha.
try to be responsive too because he always has good thought, you know. It's a good thing, not a bad thing or a one team thing. It's different. It's very nice what he does. So we like that. So
Thank
tell him we hear him. Can you do that for us?
Will do. Yes.
He's very cute indeed.
Thank you.
All right, so here we go. You ready?
Yes.
All right. So we wish for you, as we always say, we wish for you what you wish for yourself. That is our gift to you. And we will hear you. Think it and send it to us. We will hear you. And we thank you for trusting that we hear you. We say, Om Mani Padme Hum. That is our mantra. It means we honor the jewel in the lotus. We honor this beingness that you are, the soul that resides in your physical human body, which is your temple on earth. And we say to you that we know that we see the divine in you, that we also see in ourselves, and it is not different. People think it is different. It is not. It is the same. And so with that, we say we do love you so much. We are so happy that you come to see us. We appreciate every one of you, every single one. And we bless you very much for all of your travels on your path, up or down, whatever they may be. Nothing is permanent, it's all impermanent. Just know that if it's having a hard time right now, tomorrow maybe not, okay? So just remember, all life is impermanent. When you travel your path, don't worry, okay? And we say to you that we love you, bless you, and we keep you in our thoughts and in our hearts because that is what we do. And we thank you for honoring us today with your presence and your precious time and your precious energy and your precious self. We thank you for that. And with that, we will say to you as we always do, Namaste.
Namaste.
Oh,
Hello.
he comes and goes faster for you than anybody else. He's like, choo, choo. He thinks it's rude that if
No,
he
no,
takes
he's
too
fine.
long.
He can take his time. He's,
I told him that, but he said, no, no, it's not proper. Okay, well, you talk him into
I
it
have
not being
other
proper.
guests that take 5 minutes going into trance because they're doing passwords and other things. So
Oh, we've been doing this for a long time, but
That's
when we
what I mean.
started doing,
It's perfectly fine. He doesn't need to rush.
so what's really funny to me is when we started doing these podcasts is when he decided he was taking too long. Because he said, "Oh, it's not good that they're waiting for me. I don't want them to have to wait." It seems he's very polite, so it seems rude to him to have people wait on him. And I just think that's as cute as
No,
it can be. So if it makes him to feel better,
it's very sweet of him, but it's not necessary. He doesn't need to rush anything because we're very patient and we're very excited to hear from him.
it
And we
just
don't want to
tickles
give you
me.
whiplash either, Angelica.
Well, when he comes in, he's a little slower because he's adjusting things. He's adjusting my back. He's adjusting my neck. He's doing stuff. So it's better for him and better for me. So that coming in, he's a little slower, but going out, it's like Speedy Gonzalez, really.
It makes me laugh though when he gets really close to you. He's like, I'm coming in. You can't stop me. Like
He does. He's like a kid. He gets right here.
if we start talking too long, he starts inching closer, like, I'm coming.
Because he really wants to
And you
talk to
start
you. It
getting
was.
tired, you start falling asleep, and you're like, okay, I know what you're doing.
Well, I feel that way. I feel floaty, and it's like, oh, yeah, okay, I got it. We'll leave now, and you can come in because I'm
But if
feeling
you guys
floaty.
notice, he says the thing that he says for that is his password when he comes
It
in.
is. It is. He gave
That's
that to us a long time ago, and when we started doing this on this bigger scale, he said we should do it for everyone, so that
you
they're
know
all under his umbrella.
you know what I've
So,
noticed that the longer the password, the more they screw it up if they're an imposter. If there's like
uh,
a whole long thing that they say, because I've heard an imposter try to say the same spiel from a different medium and they screwed it up and I caught it immediately. I was like, you didn't say the thing right. So I'm
once
always
or
listening to Siddhartha, making sure he says it right, and he does.
yeah, he does.
You can catch him out on that. That's one of the ways you can tell an imposter is they don't say the thing right.
Well, one thing I know for sure is I was once in a session with a woman I didn't know. I'd never met her before. Let me tell people, sometimes when something is not working, like you keep trying to meet with someone and something happens, like somebody told me one time, if you can't get to an appointment 3 times with a person, don't see them because it means you're not supposed to, right?
Yeah.
This woman, I think we did twice, we couldn't meet, and I didn't feel good about her. I didn't. And
Always trust your gut.
I should have. I didn't. And she was trying to do stuff to me while I was in trance. He was not having that. And I was outside of my body watching Toshi-san go back and forth across the wall in my front room to keep out whatever she was trying to send. I kept thinking, what
I've
in the
had
world
that
is
happen
he?
before too, where my
Yeah.
alarm bells go off while I'm meditating, and then I open my eyes and I see what's going on around me, and I'm like, whoa, because things shady stuff can happen.
You
So you
call
really have to just
Tashi.
hmm?
He call Tashi-san anytime you need him because I was watching him put this wall of blue light up to keep stuff out, and I'm thinking, what in the heck is he doing? It just didn't make sense to me. He'd never done that before. And then I realized, and Siddhartha kind of nipped the whole thing in the bud and ended it quickly. But
I want to read a comment real quick. It's a comment from Jenny. Jenny, thank you for leaving this. This is
hi
really sweet.
Jenny.
Jenny says it's so adorable. You can tell Siddhartha loved being a teacher. He loves being on the podcast because it brings him back to times of being in his classroom with live students. He
Yep.
loves a pun or a quirky joke, getting that immediate feedback live. It's so beautiful to get to be students with him again.
And he's funny. I mean, you're not wrong, Jenny. I mean, he is so funny with people. He loves this platform because you have such a big audience. He loves it. He really
Open
loves
minded.
it.
Everybody takes it. We tune in. We connect. We do the meditation. We follow along with the homework.
And he will give you homework.
Like I I must admit, Angelica, for those of you who are kind of new to my podcast, Angelica has been a guest for about 2 years now. And when I
3.
was almost 3 years, yeah. And when I first started talking with her, I have trust issues with basically everybody. I've been fooled so many times that
Yep.
I really, I like to validate and fact check who I'm talking to and whether or not, quite frankly, if they're full of shit or not. I need
Yeah,
to
you have
trust that I'm
to.
not peddling nonsense, basically, you know. And this
You
is why
have
I
to.
have so few guests, is because there's so few people that I've been able to build that trust with. Um, and so when I had about 5 different mediums check you out, Angelica, just to make
Thanks a lot.
you really were channeling Siddhartha, and every single one of them was like, "Wow, this is really Siddhartha." Like, how did you get with the Buddha? And I was like, "Well, the universe has plans." I wasn't, expecting that. To be honest, it would be more likely for you to not be authentic because of how many charlatans are actually out there. And this is why I have the trust issues that I have, and why I'm
I get
so
it.
rigorous with my, it's part of my investigative journalism background as well. But I just need to know who I'm talking to, and I need to really trust it. And if I don't feel comfortable, especially
Well,
bringing them into my community. So I had to double check, and I actually like quadruple 5 times checked, and every time I'm like, yeah, big yes, it's him.
doesn't he tell you stuff that you didn't know anybody else knew? He does that a
Well, the
lot with
soul guys do
people.
that a lot anyway. They all can do that. They all there are no such thing as secrets. This is why I have no skeletons in my closet, because you can't hide anything from spirit, can you? They
No,
see everything.
yeah, he
Every white
does.
lie you tell will come back to you. You have to be honest, you have to be authentic, or it will come back to bite you, because there is always, always somebody listening or watching.
With him, the difference between him and other beings is he doesn't judge anyone. He's
Yes.
very pleasant with no matter I've seen people be really nasty with him and he is so pleasant with them. He never gets upset. I want to strangle someone and he's always like, "Calm down. It's
This
all
is
right.
right. Yes, the working
It's okay." And that's what I mean, he's the most remarkable being I've ever seen, and I don't take any credit for that. It's all him. All I do is step out. That's it. It's like I just step completely out. Sometimes I go do work other places, and he comes in and he takes care of this body, and he actually fixes things when they need to be fixed, and then he goes on about his way. He does watch stuff on TV with us, just so you know. He likes to watch movies.
my guides do as well. In fact, they complain if I'm putting on something crap. They're like, enough of this.
What time in our Africa group, I probably told this story before. One time in our African group, somebody asked him, "Are the people in this group special? Do they have abilities and stuff like that?" And without missing a beat or a breath, he said, "Yes, you are all X-Men." And I was like, "You're watching X-Men with us too, really?" It was
I was
just the
using that
funniest thing.
analogy when we were doing the children's class too, because when we were writing the children's class, we were like, we want to explain that everybody is a superhero. Everybody has gifts.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
express
but
that to the children. Find your inner superhero gift, and help it grow.
so that's his joke. So you can say to them, "Yes, you're all X-Men." And they laughed. I didn't even know people in Africa knew who the X-Men were, and I did not know he was watching X-Men with. I know he watched Star
They do.
Trek with
They
us.
learn about us though. They actually enjoy watching things. This is how
They
far this
do.
is catching up on the last 280 years, is by watching movies with him.
It's
Do you know what
helped
his
his
favorite movie
language.
so far though was Braveheart?
Oh, a Braveheart has got beautiful,
He
beautiful
loved that
music.
movie. He was like, and Gladiator, that was a big one. And I laughed. I was like, yeah, because you're basically in both of them.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
So the Soul Guys, they love to hang out with us and watch movies. They do.
Well, he does, and the cat does, and that's a funny thing, isn't it? Anyway, they have a funny experience together, the two of them, and Leo can see him. Plain as day, he can see him. He can see any of these beings that show up and anything that doesn't belong here. Leo will say,
Well, I'm
"Hey."
always telling you not to gaslight your cat. Don't, if if something's in the room, don't say kitty shh.
No, you can't stop him. I mean, when he just stops and looks at you, you know he's looking at something. And then I say, "What the heck are you looking at?" And then I see it too. I'm like, "Oh, okay, I get it now." But most things don't get into my house for the, I do things like people do that to get protection to keep things out of the house, but they're the best protection. You know, him and Chinese doctor, Toshi-san. They're very good at protection. You know, the angels come through sometimes. You know, all these different sort of nice beings just come through. Whoever you talk to is who shows up in my house, so be careful who you talk to if you're coming to see us.
That's what I
All the
said.
bad stuff gets checked outside, just so you know.
We have nicknames. I call Siddhartha S when I'm trying not to name drop him. I don't want to get his. If I'm talking about him, not him, I call him S because I don't want him to be like, "What? You rang?"
Yeah, but it doesn't matter because I use it. I call him S when I'm typing because I don't want to write his entire name out. I just say S so that people know. But believe me, he's paying attention to
Even if
you
I
all the
say Baba
time.
G, I summon him. I can feel him come in when I say Baba G.
We have students that call him that who've been,
No, I know. I can feel him.
yeah, and he's good at making himself known. I mean, there's no question. What for you? You know what he does, don't you? He puts statues of himself everywhere. So like everywhere Laura goes, she sees at least 25 statues of him somewhere.
I know they're everywhere. I'm always sending Angelica photos. Every time I go to the garden store or something, I see Siddhartha statues. I send them. I'm gonna keep doing it.
What's really funny is instead of like that gnome, that little elf thing that they take pictures of in different places, you just go and it's already there. You know, that
Maybe that's what
statue
I'll
of
do.
him.
I'll just fill my garden with Siddharthas everywhere.
I had one guy, you know, it was interesting because they were a Muslim family, but his mother prayed to or talked to Siddhartha. And then one day they found a statue of him in their yard that they never knew was there. It's like, how did that happen? They don't know how it got there. They never saw it there. Isn't
Seems
that funny? And suddenly there's a statue of him in their yard. It's
there's
like,
gonna be more
well,
weird stuff like this with the timelines changing.
I
Yep.
think it was him. I think they do stuff like
They,
that to
they
say,
can.
hello,
They can
I hear
manifest all
you.
kinds of stuff.
He's really funny that way. I don't know. That's fun.
Well, thank you
But
for today. I've got to run. I got to chase beasties. I'm
I
18
know.
minutes late, but it was
I've
always
made
fun
I've
hanging out
made
with you.
you late. Do you want to set a date now or for May or do you want to
We
wait?
can do it after. I just want
All
to say
right.
I love you to everybody who joined us today. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. It's always a pleasure. I hope you all are feeling much lighter and feeling a bit more full of youth now that you've had all the stuff removed today and received some healing.
And that it's fun.
Yes, it is indeed. So thank you to everybody who joined us, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you, Angelica, for having us. We're so grateful for everything you do for this community.
We're delighted to be able to do that. We are. And this is a good platform for him because he likes you and he likes the people that show up. So it's exciting.
You have lots of comments to read today, so you got some catching up.
I better get to work.
Love you, everyone. See you soon. Bye.
Bye.